Earth, the third planet from the Sun, the only planet known to maintain life. This little blue speck in the universe is where we all tell stories of our existence. It is the place where we'll spend the rest of our lives, our home planet. Earth is known as the biggest of the four planets closest to the Sun, all of which are made of rock and metal. With a radius of 3,959 miles, or 6,371 kilometers, Earth is the biggest of terrestrial planets and the fifth largest planet overall. By having an average distance of 93 million miles, or 150 million kilometers away from the Sun, it takes about 8 minutes for light from the Sun to reach the planet. Just as the Sun and Moon appear as spheres, so too is the Earth spherical in shape. To people on Earth, the planet appears to be generally flat, but in reality, the surface of the Earth has a slight curve. This can be noticed when looking out on a large lake or the ocean and seeing a ship come up along the horizon. The Earth's orbit around the Sun completes one rotation every 23.9 hours. It takes 365.25 days to complete one trip around the Sun. That extra quarter of a day presents a challenge to the calendar system, which counts 1 year as 365 days. To keep the yearly calendars consistent with the planet's orbit around the Sun, one day is added every 4 years. That day is called a leap day, and the year it's added to is called a leap year. Earth's axis of rotation is tilted 23.4 degrees with respect to the plane of the Earth's orbit around the Sun. This tilt causes the yearly cycle of seasons. The Earth spins or rotates on its axis in a counterclockwise motion, as viewed from above the North Pole. It makes one revolution in 24 hours. The spinning of the Earth on its axis is what causes the Sun to appear to move across the sky. The effect of the apparent movement of the Sun is similar to looking out the window of a moving car, where things outside appear to be moving past you. Earth is composed of four main layers, starting with an inner core at the planet's center, enveloped by the outer core, mantle, and crust. The Earth has two major force fields, gravity and magnetism. The Earth is like a giant magnet with a magnetic pole near the North Pole and the opposite near the South Pole. The pole of a magnet seeks the North Magnetic Pole. Through the ages, indications are that the poles switch directions. No one is sure why this happened. The rotation of the Earth and the fact that the core of the Earth is made of iron are major factors in creating the magnetic field. Like its fellow terrestrial planets, Earth has a central core, a rocky mantle, and a solid crust. Earth is a rocky terrestrial planet. It has a solid and active surface with mountains, valleys, canyons, plains, and so much more. Earth is special because it is an ocean planet. Water covers 70% of Earth's surface. Earth's atmosphere is made mostly of nitrogen and has plenty of oxygen for human beings and other living things to breathe. The atmosphere also protects inhabitants from incoming meteoroids, most of which break up before they can hit the surface. The planet's rapid rotation and molten nickel-iron core give rise to a magnetic field, which the solar wind distorts into a teardrop shape in space. When charged particles from the solar wind become trapped in Earth's magnetic field, they collide with air molecules above the Earth's magnetic poles. These air molecules begin to glow and cause aurorae, or the northern and southern lights. One thing that we also need to know about the Earth is its only satellite, the Moon. Earth is the only planet that has a single satellite. The Moon is the brightest and most familiar object in the night sky. In many ways, the Moon is responsible for making Earth such a great home. It stabilizes the Earth's wobble, which has made the climate less variable over thousands of years. The Moon is farther away from Earth, which is an average distance of 238,855 miles away. The distance could make 30 Earth-sized planets fit between Earth and the Moon. Earth has a very hospitable temperature and mix of chemicals that have made life possible. Earth's vast oceans provided a convenient place for life to begin about 3.8 billion years ago. However, some of the features of the planet that make it great for sustaining life are currently changing due to ongoing effects of climate change. The Earth is our home and the only planet known with continuity of life. It provides us every resource for sustaining living things and non-living things. By knowing these things about our planet, we should also have the responsibility of taking care of it by promoting Earth-friendly activities, so that our planet would be a better place to live in, and all their generations to come will have a healthier life.